instead.
Crash that had the right lane blocked off at Samsung Boulevard has been taken care of, but there is still an accident on Harris Branch Parkway at Palmer Lane. We're also pretty slow this morning on I-35 northbound, causing about a 7 to 8 minute delay going from Onion Creek Parkway up to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
In 20628.
Here's a great deal from Abacus Plumbing. Get a water heater flush or a mainline drain cleaning for only $49 each. That's a professional water heater flush or a mainline drain cleaning for only $49. Abacus. You can count on us.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you. Now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. If you're looking for something to add to your bucket list, Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fan and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever, whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download and try the app today. Now available on the Apple App Store or Google Play.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital, and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, Tinsley, why don't we use EasyCater to order food for staff lunches?
Because my 46-page acronym system is so easy. I just have to salad, stay alert to late arriving deliveries, pie, put in expenses, and Google Pie. Go out and get everyone's preferences and allergy information.
That's supposed to be simple?
No, simple is Steven, Irma, and Margie prefer lasagna and empanadas.
OMG.
No need to make work life more complicated. Just use EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horn. Make us the number one preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. With Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso, Leander, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff on AM 1300, The Zone. An NBA champion is crowned. A former champion is traded. Men's College World Series champion is a blue blood. Texas gets commitments, and we have so much more. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And our guy Marcus is behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, and I know you do today, text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by our message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. And if you want to voice your opinion or get a chance to win a pair of tickets today, and I'll tell you who they will be, all you got to do is leave us a message by using that talkback feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. We'll get your message instantly. And if it's good enough, you might hear it on air. Well, last night it happened, Mark. We finally get a champion. Game 7, 2 favorite words in sports. I said sports, Mark. 2 favorite words in sports is Game 7, and that's exactly what we got. We got Game 7, and the best team in the NBA all season long was the OKC Thunder. They were at home, and they outlasted the Indiana Pacers 103-91. I thought to myself, I said, this has to be a street fight. This has to be one of those games that there is no tomorrow. The night before on Friday, we saw Tyrese Halliburton go out, and he played unbelievable. We didn't know if he was going to play. He comes out, he plays, and he plays at a high level. They play so well that they force a Game 7. But halfway through the game yesterday, there was something that happened, and it is a familiar sight.
Kicks it out, Toppin. Good contest from Thorpe. Halliburton falls down. He looks hurt. Here comes SGA the other way. Inside, and Williams throws it down. Halliburton's hurt right away when he fell. Of course, that strained calf. He's in pain, so emotional. It's the right calf right away. He knew he was in trouble. Oh, you get in a situation like this, you just sick to your stomach for the young man. We'll take a time.
What an unfortunate situation. Sad, to be honest with you, Mark, because Tyrese Halliburton was actually playing well at the beginning of that game, and he was putting pressure on OKC to play at a high level. I mean, he only ended up playing 7 minutes, but he was 3 of 4 from three-point land, had 9 points, 1 turnover, but he was moving the basketball and getting it to the right players, and you knew it was going to be tough for him because of the way that the game was being played, the pace of the game. They didn't know. They were trying to work him in, work him back and forth, but he ends up getting hurt, and it was an unfortunate situation for Indiana. Now, Indiana did play great in the second quarter. They outscored them 26-22, but you knew as well as I did it was going to be tough for them to continue to move at that pace without their leader.
Yeah, and he went down the same identical way as he did the last time that he
same
went down.
spot.
Same spot.
Yep.
Took a power dribble off of that right foot, and as soon as he extended the push off, pop.
Yep.
It went, and you can see it go.
Yep.
They showed it like way too many times. I'm just like, okay, guys, enough is enough.
Yeah, I saw it with KD as well, because KD calf strain a couple years ago when he was still playing. I think it was with Brooklyn. Tried to come back, and then he comes back and pops his Achilles, and they end up losing that thing.
No, that was with Golden State.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in the playoffs against
Golden State.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because he didn't play in the finals.
That's right. And so you looked at that, and then you start to see all these different ways that he was a part of it, right? So you start to look through it, but they kept fighting. They kept fighting through it. Pascal Siakam was doing what he could. Nembhard was out there.
This has been the Achilles tear playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
You start with Damon Lillard.
Yep.
And then you have our guy in Boston,
Jason Tatum.
And now you have Tyrese Halliburton go down. All three will miss the entire season next year.
All three wear the number 0.
Stop.
Oh, man, that's too much, man.
I don't want to talk about that.
Nobody's wearing 0 for the rest of eternity now.
Yeah, it is a tough look right now. And so you start to understand what it's like. But let's not take away from what did happen, and that's the fact that Jalen Williams, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and their crew balled out.
SGA splits the defense, kicks it out. Williams, a three-pointer. Bang! 21-point lead. Timeout, Indiana.
And Shai creating for his teammates. J-Dub knocking down a 3 for his 17th point of the night.
Think about this. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what they were able to do. Well, first, let's hear them win the championship.
The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City. The storybook season is complete.
Not only did we witness a champion for OKC, I got a question for all of you, and I'll post it on our social media here in just a minute before we go to break. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had the best season in NBA history. He was the MVP. He was the Finals MVP. He was the Western Conference Finals MVP. He was an NBA All-Star. He was all NBA first team. He was the NBA scoring champion. And oh yeah, he debuted a new signature shoe last night. He was walking around like, you get ready to throw it over the wire.
Yeah.
He was walking, wearing them around his
Hey,
neck.
that was nice gold too.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. But think about
Now,
that.
I could never wear it.
Think about that though.
I couldn't get away with that. Now, if it was gray or black, just normal color, that extreme gold, you could rock that.
I will. I'll definitely rock it. I was just looking. I was thinking about it as we were speaking about trying to figure out how much they are.
Hey, listen, there you go. If they're free, they're for me.
Exactly.
But if they're what I think, they'll be about 120, 150 bucks.
Well, if they're that, then I can rock with them. If they're over 115, that's a little too much for me. I don't wear tennis shoes that often.
That's true.
I go to work after work. You know what I'm saying? So I got to dress properly. But my question to you and the people out there, you start to look at what OKC has become. And we talked about this before, the youth that they have on that team, the energy that they have on that team. Can they, will they be a part of something even more special as they continue to grow on? Can he come back and perform at that kind of level again? Does he have that ability to do that next year already? 2025-26 season, they are plus 230 to win at DraftKings.com, to win it again.
I wouldn't bet against them.
Followed by, and we'll get into that conversation, the Houston Rockets at plus 750. Cavaliers plus 850, along with the Knicks. Minnesota Timberwolves plus 1,300, and the Lakers plus 1,400. Like you said, you wouldn't bet against.
I wouldn't bet against OKC.
Yeah.
They're going to get better. They have 3 guys on their bench that should develop next season, and they have the ability to add another big. That's what I was telling you.
Yep.
If they add another big that can just block shots and rebound and go out there and give Hardenstein a break, it's going to be hard to beat them. They may have a better record next year.
And it's ironic that the big 3 of KD, Russell Westbrook, and Harden didn't win it, but this group did. It's impressive. It's been very impressive. Speaking of KD, coming up next, there was a move for the man to come back to the Lone Star State, but he's not in SA. What? We'll talk about it right here on a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio AM 1300 The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there
for a weekend full of superstar performances, never-before-seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Some good news on Palmer Lane southbound. The earlier crash that had the right lane blocked off at Samsung Boulevard has been taken care of, but there is still an accident on Harris Branch Parkway at Palmer Lane. We're also pretty slow this morning on I-35 northbound, causing about a 7 to 8 minute delay going from Onion Creek Parkway up to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Summertime is officially here, y'all. Time for those road trips, lake days, and family adventures. And your neighbors at Covert Ford Hutto, well, they've got you covered. Take $16,850 off MSRP on a new 2024 Ford Expedition Timberline and $14,279 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 Platinum. Big adventures start at Covert Ford Hutto. CovertFordHutto.com.
Today doesn't have to suck. Break through your day-to-day boredom by downloading Call of Duty Mobile for free and enjoy fun gameplay featuring fan-favorite Call of Duty maps, modes, and operators, plus tons of new mobile content anywhere, anytime. Available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download for free now. Rated F.
Who owns the summer? Big Three. Who's got the hottest professional 3-on-3 basketball league of the summer? Ice Cube's Big Three. It's summer in the city. Big Three's back. Tune in to CBS and Vice all summer long. That's right. Ice Cube's Big Three, the best 3-on-3 basketball league in the world. Don't miss the incredible showdown. Playing the game like it's meant to be played with your favorite Big Three players like Dwight Howard, Michael Beasley, Jordan Crawford, Gerald Green, Kemba Walker, Jason Richardson, ISO Joe Johnson, Montrezl Harrell, and many more. You'll also see the legendary and Hall of Fame coaches like Michael Cooper, Calvin Murphy, Steven Jackson, Nick Young, Nancy Lieberman, and Julius Dr. J. Irving, George the Iceman Gervin, and the 2024 Big Three champion Gary Payton. Fire up the grill and bring in the family. It's Big Three, baby. Summer in the city. And we got a special halftime musical guest. Tune into CBS Advice all summer long. Oh, yay, yay.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-616-1997. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-616-1997. That's 800-616-1997. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card within 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Welcome back to a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball, world's strongest man, D. Mark Henry, and of course, we have our guy Marcus behind the boards. Make sure you get over to the iHeartRadio app. It's free, and you can download it. Have us as number one on your preset. You can also, if you miss any parts of the show or shows throughout the day, you can just pull up the show on the iHeart podcast page. Over the weekend, there was some news that was broken, and I wanted to know what everybody's thoughts were. We just talked about OKC being crowned NBA champion, 103-91 over the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
Throughout that process, we talked about Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, their legacies as OKC Thunder. They end up never winning the championship, and that's when everybody decided to go their own ways. Has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander passed Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook as an all-time Thunder great?
Whoa.
He has a championship. He
finished the deal.
He closed the book on OKC not having a championship.
And like them, he has an MVP.
Well, it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most accomplished. I mean, and one you just said the greatest season of all time.
Yep.
Kevin didn't do it. Russ didn't do it. And Chicken Wing James Harden didn't do it.
No doubt. Chicken Wing James Harden. So make sure you get over on our social media at AM1300 The Zone and cast your vote. You can follow Mark at the Mark Henry. You can follow me at Hardball Hardge. Get over there and cast your vote on who has become that guy. But right now, since we were talking about Kevin Durant was traded over the weekend, and here's how it went down.
Shams, it feels like we have been hearing about a possible Kevin Durant move for weeks now. How did Phoenix and the Houston Rockets come to this deal?
Malika, Kevin Durant's voice was heard around the league, not only with the Suns, but really everyone. His preferences were prioritized to an extent, and that's what we saw play out over the last 24 hours. His two preferred destinations, the Houston Rockets and the Miami Heat, essentially competing against each other, bidding on making Kevin Durant deals. And the Rockets, at the end of the day, made the best offer with Jalen Green, a prolific scorer, Dylan Brooks, 3-and-D, tough player, but most importantly, the number 10 overall pick. And why is that important? The NBA draft is on Wednesday in New York. And so it was very important for them to get this deal done before that point. But remember back at the NBA trade deadline, Kevin Durant was blindsided when he was included in any conversation around the league. Now he had some level of driver's seat position because he was in the last year of his deal, an expiring contract.
Think about that. last year of his deal, which is why some people are having a hard time with this trade when you put out there Jalen Green, who has so much upside. Dylan Brooks, give and take, but you're giving up the number 10 pick in this year's draft in 5 second-round picks. 5 second-round picks. For how many seasons do you honestly believe that Kevin Durant is going to be able to play? Is he a LeBron James to the point of what he's done where he can play into his 40s? Or is he going to be a guy that they're going all in for, make a run for it with the team that they have and decide, hey, this is it?
I don't know. I think that Kevin has got at least 2 more years of high-level play. And the same thing I told you about LeBron the other day. They can play 5 more years, but those the last 3 years, they're going to be sitting on the bench telling, young fella, do this, young fella, watch this. Go. Like, they're going to be coaches that can still get on the floor for 17 minutes.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that at what price do you pay him for that job? You know, and I brought up the point yesterday. The Lakers are one of those teams too with LeBron, in the sense that go ahead and sign him to a 3 or 4 year deal, but make that for like $30 million, not the max of 45 to 70 million.
3 year 120,
something like that,
or 3 year, or yeah.
You do that now. You can
or 90.
You can add pieces to that team that can make that team a viable commodity. If you don't, you're top heavy, and you don't have a bench,
and you're top heavy with
and
a
you're
guy,
going to get killed in the West.
And you're top heavy with a guy that you're going to try to manage his minutes as well.
Exactly.
So, but here's the difference that I think with KD, and I was asking you a little while ago, do you think that he's going to be able to continue to play at that level, right? Is he going to be able to play 3 years? Well, what we've realized is he's not a guy that goes into the paint. So he's going to sit outside and shoot. So he can be able to do that with his length of being 6'11", 7 foot, and got the wingspan that he does. He can close out easily and make sure that you can't get your shot off. He shot an NBA best last year, 49.7% on jumpers and 53.1% on his mid-range shot. So that is who he's going to be. And he had the best shooting percentage off of the dribble on his jumpers at 50.9%. So his shooting has never, ever, ever been a problem. KD is going to come to Houston and he's going to put up buckets. But my question is, did the Rockets give up too much for KD?
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm a big fan of Ime Udoka.
Their bench is good. They were the second best team in the NBA in the West, Hardge, and they had a guard that was not productive, that was getting a lot of money, and took the lion's share of. They were better sometimes with Green sitting on the bench.
But his upside is unbelievable.
Potential,
man. Yes,
is awesome, Hardge. But you need somebody that can give you results right now. I guarantee you, this past season, the Houston Rockets would have traded everything. They would have traded everything for Green to be able to score 25 points and give him 5 assists. They would have been in the championship.
Jalen Green is 23 years old, man. 23 years old. He's 23. That dude, he still averaged 21 points a game.
Yeah. But did he do it when it mattered?
There's a lot of people that don't do it when it matters. He's got to develop into that. It takes time sometimes. Some people's great level of consistency is not the same as what you want to see. But as he gets older, I think he's going to be a lot better. Look.
You think that Ime Udoka doesn't know better?
I don't think this
that's
is
my question.
I don't think this is an Emi Udoka thing, though. I think this is a Raphael Stone, the GM thing. I think this is also a Tillman Fertitta thing because Tillman is a guy who wants things now. So what my issue with it is,
because you are our resident Houston Rockets fan.
Yeah, go ahead, Houston Rockets, man.
I always fear the aging player because Durant is 37. You might get 3 good years out of him. That is the best case scenario. You get 3 good years and a championship. But the worst case scenario is Durant hits that cliff next season, and all of a sudden Phoenix makes moves because you still got Phoenix draft picks, and that's the thing that you're loving about this. But Phoenix makes moves this offseason and moves either Booker or Bill and get more talent around them. And all of a sudden those draft picks means nothing because all of a sudden you just traded your number one scorer, and all of a sudden he improves because he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the anger from his bad playoff series.
Yeah, he's been working out ever since the season was over. So now he's going to be somebody that is going to push the envelope. I also wanted to say this because they just signed Ime Udoka to a new contract, making him one of the highest paid coaches in the NBA. And so you bring in Ime Udoka, who's going to be there for a while. You bring in a Kevin Durant, who obviously is going to sell jerseys and put butts in seats. And then you got to see how you can balance other people coming in right there. So
you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, they're going to make
Houston
some money.
finna sell them tickets.
Not only that, you start looking around. KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook left OKC, and somehow, some way, all of those players have once played for the Houston Rockets. It is crazy how this basketball world works. Coming up next, we got the Hard Knocks Life segment. I'm going to talk to you about, guess what? High school basketball. I saw some great players this weekend, and recruiting is at an all-time high. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Stalled vehicle has been moved from the main lanes over to the right shoulder, southbound on 183 at Manor Road. There's an accident being cleaned up at the corner of Harris Branch Parkway and Palmer Lane, and looking onto I-35 northbound for some stop-and-go speeds between Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon, causing an 8 to 10 minute delay. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Amazon Prime Day.
Okay, I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is that Prime Day is almost here. The great news, this year you'll have 4 days to find deals on all of your favorite things. Shop Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th.
Hey, it's JB and Sandy for our friends at Koala Cooling. Scott and Stacy, the same great people behind Kangaroo that I've been telling you about for a while. They are the same people that own Koala Cooling and Plumbing. They're great people to know, and they're really great to know if you've got AC problems.
When I do big decisions like this, I like to know the owners.
Yeah.
I've met Scott and Stacy, great people. You do not want to get caught with your pants down in Texas with a broken air conditioner. The way to prevent that, even if your AC is working fine right now, is to set up a service plan. Have them come check it, and it may end up saving you a bunch of money. If you're unfortunately in the need of help right now, call them immediately to get you cooled off again, because it's only going to get worse in the next few months.
And don't forget about plumbing. If you've been putting off a repair for a leaky faucet or a clogged drain, Koala can help you out with that too. Contact them at koalacooling.com or call 512-759-8800.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with ONE+. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Mauricio Dubon smacked 2 homers, drove in 3 to help the Astros beat the Angels, take 2 of 3 in Anaheim. Texas gained a commitment from 2026 5-star defensive end Richard Wesley. Thunder knocked off the Pacers in Game 7 to win their first NBA title in franchise history. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander took home Finals MVP. I'm Ronza Moss.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
From iHeart Podcast. Before social media, before cable news, there was Alan Berg.
He was the first and the original shock jock.
That scratchy, irreverent kind of way of talking to people and telling them that you're an idiot and I'm going to hang up on you.
This is Live Wire, the loud life and shocking murder of Alan Berg.
And he pointed to the Denver phone book and said, well, there are probably 2 million suspects.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Live Wire, and listen now.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Coming up in the next segment, we will have a conversation about the College World Series and some things that happened that were kind of wild when you sit back and think about it. But right now, my Hard Knocks Life is going to be about the TABC basketball tournament that happened this weekend in Dallas, Texas. And our team, Hendrickson Hawks, did great. They went 3-0, came from behind in one of the victories. 14-point deficit, came back and won the game convincingly. But it was the amount of prospects that were participating in that. What you don't understand in the state of Texas, and a lot of people that obviously cover the sport understand that there is a lot of talent that is across this great state of Texas. And none bigger than Austin Gooseby. If that name sounds familiar to you, his brother Trevor is one of the starting linemen for the University of Texas.
Yeah.
Very athletic family. Got a chance to watch Austin Gooseby play, and his stock continues to rise. He's shown so much upside that all of the coaches, and when I say all of the coaches, I mean, it was, as my son said, celebrity row with coaches that are sitting on the baseline and around the court watching.
Good as advertised?
I think he's got so much upside, it's kind of ridiculous. And what I mean by that is there's some things that he's fine-tuning. There's some things that he's trying to get done that he's been working on all summer. He's very fluid with the way that he moves. His shot comes out natural. Rotation is beautiful. But the athleticism is something that you cannot deny. I posted on my social media him getting the ball, dribbling up the court, and doing a reverse layup, but the way he was able to do it. His team struggled a little bit, but he got a chance to really show in front of everybody that, yeah,
I'm that guy.
He is the number one prospect in the state of Texas in the class of 26. He's a 6'5" combo guard that can do pretty much anything that he wants. He defended well. He was smooth, but you know as well as I do, when you're playing high school basketball as opposed to your select team basketball, things move a little bit different.
Right.
You're not playing with always like players. So if they can find somebody to step up with him, it's going to be very impressive. Another player that all the Texas coaches were there to watch was Bryson Howard. His dad played in the NBA. He's another one of those guys that when you see him play, you could tell he's built a little bit different.
Yeah, that's a player's kid.
Another one, Reese Austin, Rayford Austin's son. Skip to my Lou. And he was out there balling himself. But the thing about it all that I continue to look at is the model of consistency. You got Marcus Spears' son, Marcus Spears Jr., class of 27, Ryan Hampton, class of 27, my son, class of 27, other kids, Ryan. There's so many people that you start to look at, and I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. I believe that the class of 27, whether it's here in Austin or across the country, has some of the best athletes that are out there with the most upside.
Wow.
I've seen it.
What about Ogden?
Ogden is smooth too. He just transferred from St. Michael's to now he's playing for Westlake. So there's a lot of change in this college basketball dynamic. And the reason why I bring up this weekend, because number one, I got a chance to see some of the best basketball and the best players across the state of Texas with every coach. This was the first live period that coaches were able to go. And when I say the who's who was sitting courtside to watch Goolsby play. And the thing about it is, when you start to understand how this is a business now, that's the part for me.
Everybody would have been mad at me if I was there. I would have had, if I was Coach Miller, I'd have a bag. Just a big backpack over my shoulder, like, this could be yours.
Come on, man. What is wrong with you?
I'm spending all the university money getting the best players.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I want to win.
Well, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about the talent that was there, the ability of all of these people. There's another player that Texas is recruiting, Billy White III, out of Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. Talented player as well. So much upside, nationally ranked.
You got all my attention right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there was some really, really good basketball that was being played. And let's just say that Texas is in the mix for all of these guys.
Man, how my guy DJ do though? I love these people, but that's my guy, man.
Yeah, he did well.
Yes,
he did well. But you know as well as I do. I mean, when you're 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", moving the way that some of these guys move,
they're gonna look at that first.
They're going to check that. Everything else will fall back into place. But I will say this. When you go and get a chance, like, because it is about to be real soon that the live period continues to grow, it is going to be a high level competitions moving forward. They'll be back with their summer league teams starting next week. When those live periods start, middle of July, it's going to be real thick. You finish it off in Vegas. You will hear some commitments from the University of Texas from some of these guys and what the expectations are. Coach Miller is doing it They are out there.
And that was my question next.
They are out there.
Is how does it look, though? Are the guys really interested?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Coach Miller and his crew are out there. They are pushing the envelope every single day whenever they get that opportunity to talk to some of these kids, some of the official visits, the non-official visits. Kids are coming in, getting a chance to watch workouts, watch some practices, see the facilities, talk to Coach Miller. Yeah, this is this elite level stuff, and it was rather evident this year because I've gone through it before with my older son Michael. So I've been around this game that is going on right now with the live periods and everything else. Saw some coaches that I've known since I was a kid that are grew up with me that are now head coaches at different places. So the energy is definitely there. But I'm telling you this, keep an eye out on Goolsby. He is somebody that is on the list, priority list, and his brother plays here at the University of Texas.
Don't tease me with a good time.
I'm telling you, you'll definitely have a good time. There it is, my recap of the Texas TABC hoops this past weekend. Coming up next, there's a champion in baseball. But how did we get there? We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
Life is Good by Joe Walsh.
Life's been good, but that's
Life's
close
been
enough
good
for
right.
Joe.
You know, when I see that album cover, for some reason, he looks like Dale Earnhardt to me. With the mustache. Now, I haven't assumed he looks like in person.
Right.
Or back when it was.
Trust me, if Dale Earnhardt were alive today, he would not look like Joe Walsh. There's not many people look like Joe Walsh how he looks today. Trust me.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Stalled vehicle has been moved from the main lanes over to the right shoulder, southbound on 183 at Manor Road. There's an accident being cleaned up at the corner of Harris Branch Parkway and Palmer Lane, and looking onto I-35 northbound for some stop-and-go speeds between Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon, causing an 8 to 10 minute delay. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Stuck in the same day-to-day routine? Wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, repeat. Break through the boredom this summer and download Call of Duty Mobile for free. Enjoy fan-favorite maps, modes, and operators from classic Call of Duty titles, plus new mobile-exclusive content. Today doesn't have to suck. Cure your boredom for free with Call of Duty almost anywhere, anytime. Call of Duty Mobile is available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store for free today. Rated M for mature.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price we agree on is the exact price you'll pay.
I was at a Chevy dealer recently, found the car I wanted, agreed on a price, and made it all the way to the financing table. Before they mentioned the $2,500 mandatory dealer package they added. Mandatory, as in they refused to remove it. So I left and went to Henna.
For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, come in and together let's drive at Hannah Chevrolet or Hannah.com.
Friends, if you live in Austin, Cedar Park, Kyle, Pflugerville, or Round Rock, and you're tired of paying too much for car insurance, pick up the phone and call Fred Loya Insurance today. Insurance rates are constantly changing, which is why you need to call Fred Loya Insurance right now for a new and updated quote. Call now. Save money. It's that easy. Call Fred Loya Insurance at 1-800-444-4040. That's 1-800-444-4040 or visit fredloya.com. Remember, if you don't call, you don't save.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horde. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
I'm Julian Edelman. That's Rob Gronkowski. And guess what, folks? We're teammates again. And we're going to welcome you guys all to Dudes on Dudes. Dudes on Dudes. That sounds a little weird, but that's what this is going to be. Roberto, what's Dudes on Dudes?
Well, I'm a dude. You're a dude, and Dudes on Dudes is our brand new show, and we're going to see who the ultimate dude really is.
The premise of this show is going to be, we're going to highlight players, peers, guys that we played against, legends from the past, and we'll get into the types of dudes. What kind of types of dudes are there, Gronk?
A lot of different types of dudes. We got studs, wizards. We got freaks.
Or dudes, dude.
We got dogs.
We'll break down their games. We'll share some insider stories and determine what kind of dude each of these dudes are. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're gonna find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and X. Go to Apple Podcasts and write a review about dudes that you want us to do.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Catch every pitch with the Round Rock Express on 1300 The Zone.
The college baseball season came to an end yesterday as the LSU Tigers, go Tigers, end up winning the College World Series. And they do it in grand fashion, as only the LSU Tigers can do. They continue to find ways to get it done with great pitching. They always find a way to come up with the clutch hit, and what they were able to do yesterday was no different. LSU got great pitching yesterday from Anthony Ianson, and he went 6 1/3, 3 runs on 3 earned runs on 7 hits, 9 strikeouts, and then they closed it out with Chase Shores. Chase Shores throws over 100 miles per hour. The scoring got early as Coastal Carolina took a 1-0 lead, but it did not go without controversy.
A breaking ball count. He throws that curveball, the slider, roughly 50% of the time.
Oh my goodness, he just threw Kevin Schnall out of the game. Wow. In the bottom of the first inning, the home plate umpire throws Kevin Schnall out of this game, and down goes an umpire who had come in to get in the middle of things. And I believe, guys, this had to do what happened at the end of the top of the first with the third base coach for LSU. This seemed to stem from the first base coach. And then Schnall remarkably gets thrown out of the game. A College World Series game 2 in the bottom of the first.
Well, and I didn't even see that building, guys. Like, it's one pitch, and next thing you know, Schnall's out of the dugout, and Angel Campos had clearly heard enough. That thing escalated quickly.
And the thing about it is, you have to understand that emotions are running high in a pressure-packed World Series game. The home plate umpire has to have thicker skin. That is for sure. We understand the rules. I get it. I know there's umpires and referees that are driving in their cars listening to this show. I know a bunch of you guys. But you have to have thicker skin when it comes to this level of play. Now, it could have, like he said, Chris Burke said it perfectly. It could have been something that happened earlier, and you have conversations about it. But the fact of the matter is that LSU wins the College World Series after Kevin Schnell gets thrown out of the game. They battled all the way through. It was a tough matchup, and LSU continues to win 5-3, big-time win. That is LSU's, what did I say it was? Their eighth national championship for LSU. That puts them in a class by themselves. Jay Johnson, who previously had lost to Coastal Carolina when Coastal Carolina won the championship and he was at Arizona. He comes to LSU, wins his second title in a few years. He was also part of peak events, which I was a part of. I got a chance to see those guys up in Frisco, and they find a way to get there and win the championship. This is the sixth straight championship for the SEC. As the SEC, I know everybody's in there going, SEC. Everybody was asking me if I was going to. I'm like, no. I mean, LSU is LSU. They're in a class by themselves. Their eighth College World Series championship. And Jay Johnson reflected on what he felt for Skip Berkman, who was there at the game, and what he did to build LSU.
Through that brain.
I'm just so proud. This is a team. Like, our whole motto for the year was toughen together, and that's what they did from August 26th till now. And just incredibly proud. It's only 12 returning players. It's 10 players from the transfer portal. It's 2 JC players and 10 freshmen. And that collection of talent not just became a team, but it became a family.
And that's what it's all about. You start to look at who LSU is, what they've been able to do, who they've been able to get, as he said, in the transfer portal. You look around and you saw a couple years ago, went out and got Paul Skeens from Air Force. And now Paul Skeens is doing his thing in the big leagues. You look at Tommy White, they went and got from North Carolina State. They continue to find the right pieces for their squad to be able to develop and to be able to win. The big one, Bear Jones, at first base, what he was able to do. Started the series 0-for-5 with 5 strikeouts when he got to the College World Series. All he did was go out there and bang the baseball. So you start to understand who they are and what it is as LSU, and that is what Texas is trying to do as well. Texas is trying to build their program, being able to go out in the transfer portal and get different players to be able to help build. And speaking of the transfer portal, it was news and it was brought to light yesterday that Will Gasparino, outfielder for the Texas Longhorns, has now entered the transfer portal. It was something that kind of caught me off guard because I didn't know that was happening. But the news came out yesterday that he was entering the transfer portal. He's played 117 games at the University of Texas in the last 2 seasons. He was an integral part of the success that Texas has had over the last 2 seasons. He hits home runs, plays a good center field, but he struggled in the second half of the season, only batting 145 during the second half. So there's some changes that are happening. All signs lead to him going to USC. And so that seems to be the thought process there. Another player that got into the transfer portal, Tommy Farmer, has now found a home at UC Irvine. The Anteaters is where he'll be playing. My guy Ace Whitehead from Lampasas, who was out all of last season, is now going to USC. Jackie Stewart is now going from Texas to Texas State. He will now be a Bobcat. Matthew Scott is now going to be a Jacksonville. I guess they're the Rabbits. I guess they are. he's made his move as well. So Texas has made some changes themselves, but now it is time to get ready for next season in the baseball world. Congratulations to the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers. Continue to show how good they are in baseball. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. You know what I'm talking about. We'll make that thing happen as well. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you. Now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. If you're looking for something to add to your bucket list, Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fan and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever, whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download and try the app today. Now available on the Apple App Store or Google Play.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Truck City Ford in Buda has made it simple. Go online. Pick yours at truckcityford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Truck City Ford in Buda has made buying a new Ford simple.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas, September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Big news. Newsmax just went public on the New York Stock Exchange, and millions like you are joining our news revolution. Newsmax is now the 4th highest rated news channel, just behind CNN. Reuters says we're one of the top news brands in America. 40 million Americans go to Newsmax for shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and more. So download our free Newsmax app on your smartphone or TV and start watching. President Trump says Newsmax is truly terrific. Get the free Newsmax app and check out Newsmax shares on the stock exchange. Go to newsmaxinvest.com. That's newsmaxinvest.com. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor shall there be any sale of securities in any jurisdiction in which such an offer would be unlawful.
Hi, it's Sandy, and if you're thinking about getting a new car, information is power. So here is some information that can help you. You know, there's talk of tariffs pushing used car prices up. A lot of manufacturers are holding steady or even lowering prices on new vehicles for now. It's a unique situation. It means you could get a great price on a new car and potentially more value for your trade-in. Now, how long this buyer market lasts or where to save the most money really depends on who you talk to and who you trust. Apple Leasing has thousands of active clients on the road right now, and many of them are repeat or were referred customers. You can trust our experts to help you navigate this time and make the best decision for your family. With no money down and lower payments with the Easy Lease, calling now could save you thousands. Call 512-346-9977 or visit online at appleleasing.com. Apple Leasing, the name you trust in Austin.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horn. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickball
The morning kickoff. It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Longhorns Monday edition of the morning kickoff. In hour number 1, we talked about the OKC Thunder being named, winning the 2025 NBA championship. And of course, we talked about how they got there. Kevin Durant stays in the Lone Star State. I recapped the TABC basketball tournament and told you about a huge get, if they can do it, for the Texas Longhorns basketball team. And of course, we talked to LSU. But right now, I want to get into the Texas Longhorn football team because it is a Longhorns Monday edition of it. And I got 2 things here. I want to go into the commitments, but I want you to hear from Arch Manning right now. And this is a guy that truly understands who he is, what he is, but the limelight, he doesn't think it's all deserved as of yet.
What comes with your last name that we can't understand because we don't have it?
I think a lot of undeserved attention, but hopefully it gets more deserving in the next few months.
It's undeserved. Yeah, you're the number 1 recruit in the country, Arch.
Yeah, I don't think I've done enough yet to be taking a lot of pictures at restaurants and signing autographs, but maybe that'll come eventually.
Well, you start to think about who he is and what he's been able to do. But the one thing that I've always appreciated from him is he likes to play in the background. He likes to be just part of the guys. He doesn't care.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Why
because the light is the brightest on him. There is no point on earth where the light is dimmer for Arch Manning. Nowhere. And the thing that I like about it, Hardge, is he's saying the right things. So if that's truly his mindset that, I don't deserve it, I haven't done enough, but just wait, means that he's optimistic and he knows something that we don't. He's got a deck of cards, he's got a hand of cards, and everybody else is bluffing, but he's like, wait till I play this. Well, that's the way it sounds.
Well, I think it's more of the fact that he is understanding that the role of the quarterback will be that, but he wasn't the quarterback. And he understands that, hey, listen, man, just let me get out there, let me perform. Because the pressure is already there because his last name is Manning. He understands that.
I don't think it's a pressure thing. I think it's the fact that he just said in his own opinion, and this is not me saying it because I can have my own view. He said, I don't feel like deserving of all of that, but he implied that he will be able to live up to it.
You just told me a minute ago that there's no light that ain't gonna be shined on him because of who he is.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
So you misunderstood.
I
what I said.
Obviously, I did.
I'm saying that he can't hide. The light is so bright for him that it's gonna be there. There's no pressure situation.
That is pressure. If the light is shining on you that brightly and they know who you are, yes, there is pressure. You sit here and you hear all the reports. Texas is predicted to be the champion, the national champion. This dude hadn't even played yet. So yes, the pressure is on him, whether he wants it or not. To your point about the light being as bright as it's going to be, because he can't hide. He is a Manning.
But pressure is one thing. I think he wants to earn it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why he's saying, hey, look, I haven't done anything.
Which
so y'all are putting this all on me, and all I want to do is go out there and play.
I'm saying
that
he's not trying to run from it, but he's also saying that I have to go and prove it. And that was the response to your rebuttal about the fact that he have this Manning legacy in front of him. So That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it, and what I started off saying was, I love the fact with his humility. I love the fact that he's sitting there saying, "Look, I haven't done anything. Yes, people are going to recognize me, but I don't need to be in the restaurant taking pictures with people all the time because I haven't put myself at the forefront of it all because I haven't been the starting quarterback to be the quarterback at the University of Texas. Now I understand it's going to be me. I'm going to have these opportunities, but as we've talked about before, bad pass, bad game, bad something, what's going to happen to this fan base? I mean, we've seen it happen throughout time.
That first interception.
Oh my goodness.
They're going, man, we'll hear the boos.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be some moments that
they're streaking down the sideline that he don't see it.
Yeah.
Like stuff happens.
That's playing the quarterback in a high-paced, high level of the SEC, the ability to go out there and be the focal point of a team that, again, a lot of expectations are on the University of Texas. And that's why I keep saying, let's pump our brakes a little bit. Not saying he's not going to be able to achieve these things, but there are going to be moments.
Yeah, don't come to a complete stop.
Yeah, just
pump the brakes.
Give us a California stop.
There you
Give
go.
us just roll on through.
Roll on through.
Yeah, there we
hope
go.
that popo not behind us.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but I thought that was a good piece of audio for him and your guy Marty Smith talking about the expectations, so to speak, of what is in front of us. Speaking of what's in front of us, I've said this numerous times, and I'm not changing my thought process in this, but you start to look at the recruitments and the commitments of all the other players across the Metroplex and college football. But one thing that this Richard Wesley commitment is for the University of Texas. He puts out there, I am going to be on campus in January for the University of Texas. Now, with that being said, this is also the same kid, if I'm not mistaken, that committed to Oregon, jumped in the pool with the coach, Dan Lanning, and now all of a sudden,
he coming off.
He's committed to Texas. Great job by the University of Texas.
When you see it.
Exactly.
You say that all the time.
And that's why
until they sign the dotted line and get on the 40 acres, that you will believe it when you see it.
Yep.
It sounds good.
Yeah. As they said here in Horns 24/7, Oregon bagged the initial commitment on May the 10th, when Wesley published a viral video of him leaping in the pool alongside Dan Lanning. Just 17 days later, he backed off of his pledge.
Dan Lanning still haven't dried off.
Exactly. And that is why, folks, don't get too high. Don't get too low. Wait until December when National Signing Day happens, and then we can count it off. That's why Coach Sark always says, check with us in December. Don't worry about what we're doing in June and July. Figure out what we're doing in December when the commitments are binding once they sign on the dotted line. But it is still a great pickup for Texas. He is the number 6 rated edge rusher and a number 4 rated player coming out of California per 24/7's rankings. He was really a 27, and then he reclassified to be in the 26 class. So this is another deal for all of these guys that are able to make the adjustments with grades and being able to reclassify. I've seen some people reclassify twice. I just don't understand that.
If you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Like whether he's 17 or 18, really doesn't matter to me. It's more the maturity of the kid. And you come to a place like the University of Texas, you're gonna grow up real fast because there's good leadership. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach Sark is going to do with all of these guys, especially the young guys,
right?
Because it's easy to bring in somebody that's a junior or senior
all of the development stuff is out of the way already.
Right.
You just need them to come in and play. But this kid coming in 17, 18, you have to coach him up.
Yep.
And that's I guess what Sark excels at the most from getting these kids to buy in from what we've experienced so far.
I wonder if he's got commitment issues. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. With this commitment for the University of Texas, Texas now moves up into the top 10. They're sitting at number 9 with 15 commitments, 2 5-stars and 8 4-stars. USC has 30 commitments. Texas A&M has 19. Notre Dame 19. Georgia 19. Ohio State has 16. Clemson 19, Penn State 20, Miami 15, Texas 15, and UCLA in the top 10 with 21 commitments for the 2026 recruiting
It's not
cycle.
always how much.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the quality of what you got.
Well, there's a lot of 5 and 4 stars in those recruitments and those commitments by all of these top 10 schools. We'll continue to see how it plays out as football is getting heated, because now we've moved on to the football season because there's so much to get into. When we come back, we're going to get into ESPN, and they have released their all defensive century team. Okay? The defense of the century. I'm going to get Mark's thoughts on that right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
Presented by Capital One.
is coming back to Las Vegas,
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu.
and you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances, never-before-seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A stalled vehicle blocks off a center lane on I-35 southbound at Slaughter Lane. There's an overturned vehicle accident blocking off the left lane on the service road of I-35 northbound at the 45 southeast toll, but we are traffic-free this morning on Mopac southbound going from 45 over to Palmer Lane, where it's under 5 minutes. I'm Jason Foster with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Discover the true taste of Texas at Mom's Food, Smokehouse, and Delicatessen, where everything is handcrafted in-house, from the mustard to the bacon. Proudly featured in the inaugural Michelin Guide of Texas, they source the finest products from local producers. Visit us at 5811 Manor Road, Austin, Texas, or find them at your favorite farmer's market. Pre-order their barbecue today. Don't you keep the best delicatessen in Austin a secret. Tell them Mark Henry sent you.
Stuck in the same day-to-day routine? Wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, repeat? Break through the boredom this summer and download Call of Duty Mobile for free. Enjoy fan-favorite maps, modes, and operators from classic Call of Duty titles, plus new mobile-exclusive content. Today doesn't have to suck. Cure your boredom for free with Call of Duty almost anywhere, anytime. Call of Duty Mobile is available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store for free today. Rated M for mature.
Friends, if you live in Austin, Bastrop, Georgetown, Killeen, or Lockhart, and you're tired of paying too much for car insurance, pick up the phone and call Fred Loya Insurance today. Insurance rates are constantly changing, which is why you need to call Fred Loya Insurance right now for a new and updated quote. Call now. Save money. It's that easy. Call Fred Loya Insurance at 1-800-444-4040. That's 1-800-444-4040 or visit fredloya.com. Remember, if you don't call, you don't save.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Well, check out Ice Cube's Big Three all summer long. Fast, physical, and fun. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
Something amazing is happening in data management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage as a service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
I love going to the movies, especially a summer blockbuster, and F1 the movie is all that and more. Brad Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, a former F1 driver chasing a second shot at glory, and this is from the team behind Top Gun Maverick, and it has that same epic feel. I took my 15-year-old son to see it, and he said, and I quote, "Yo, that movie was lit." F1 the movie from Apple Original Films and Warner Brothers Pictures, only in theaters and IMAX this Friday. Rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13.
Are you like millions of Americans who avoided filing their taxes this year because you're afraid you'll owe the IRS thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, you don't need to be afraid anymore. Tax Relief Advocates has the solution. We can file your back tax years and may be able to reduce or even eliminate what you owe. With over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, we've helped over 100,000 Americans just like you permanently and painlessly resolve their IRS debt. A resolution specialist is waiting to speak to you now who will let you know what tax debt reduction you may qualify for. Don't wait. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call our tax relief hotline now to see what you qualify for at 800-511-2503. 800-511-2503. Again, that's 800-511-2503. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. When we went to break, I mentioned that we were going to have the all-century team brought to you by ESPN, but I meant to say the all-quarter century team on the defense for ESPN. And there's some names that are definitely worth it when you start to think about it. And I wanted to get Mark's thought process on this and if he thinks which guys should be the starter and which guys should be coming off the bench. At the defensive edge rusher position, we have Dallas Cowboy DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware and his numbers are obviously through the roof, but there's an up-and-coming guy that has been able to do some doggone things up in here, and that is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett and DeMarcus Ware on the edge. Thoughts?
Oh,
you don't even got to pick a starter no more. It's just who you
everybody.
like.
Well, if you're gonna say who you like, Michael Strahan, and I'm not saying that because of our relationship and being related, but Michael Strahan, you have to put him in there because he's the all-time leader. And DeMarcus Ware, being a Cowboy fan, I got to see him be the best in the NFL for a long time during his tenure with the Cowboys. And I'm going to go with those two as my bookends. Last 25 years, and there's been some good ones.
Yeah.
But, both of those guys are going to be in the Hall of Fame. So I guess I'm safe with picking those two.
Yeah. Okay.
Who you got?
I got DeMarcus Ware. Myles Garrett is still playing, so we're not going to put him in just yet. But he's definitely put up some big-time numbers and continues to be part of the conversation. On the other edge, you had Jared Allen and Julius Peppers, two guys that have paved the way for some of these younger Edge rushers, Jared Allen, tough dude. And Julius Pepper, one of the most athletic big men that was out there. You see him dunk a basketball and then he go out there and dunk a quarterback. That's pretty impressive. Defensive tackle, you have Aaron Donald, Calais Campbell, Chris Jones. It's got to be Aaron Donald. I mean, that's
Aaron Donald's got to go on that list.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt, why not?
He's on there too. I got more. Vince Woolfolk is on there. J.J. Watt. Defensive linebackers, you have Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Luke Kuechly. The other linebackers, Bobby Wagner and Levante David. Levante David is one of those guys that is pretty underrated, but not by ESPN because obviously they got the numbers. He is a tough linebacker that's done great work over in Tampa Bay. So I like Levante, but of course Bobby Wagner is Bobby Wagner. He's been solid since day one. On the corners, one side they have Darrell Revis, Rondé Barber, and Patrick Peterson. Other side they have Champ Bailey and Richard Sherman.
Ooh, man.
I mean, you can't deny Revis Island, and you can't deal with Champ Bailey like that. So those are the two that should be started in my eyes. Because
is Dion out of the last 25?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Dion been gone, man.
Well, at least his best years are out of the top 25. Because
I mean, the last 25 years.
Yeah, because he played with that Ravens team in 2000. That's when he came out of retirement. So
okay, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And you don't want to use those
Raven years as his
or the Washington years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Champ Bailey for sure. Golly, and Charles Woodson?
He's not on there.
He's not on the list?
No.
Good Lord. Darrell Revis Island is respectable. Man, I guess you can't argue with those two. I mean, you can argue.
Yeah, but you be arguing with yourself. Darrell Revis and Champ Bailey are the answers.
Those are the answers.
I mean, these guys have won defensive players
the
of the
only
year.
People that I would put above those two guys really is in their primes to be Dion and Darrell Green.
I guess I threw y'all off with the all century. We're
Right.
doing all quarter century.
Yeah, let's go all quarter century. That's
y'all
harder.
off. Yeah,
that's harder.
At safety, you had Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins. The other safety, you had Troy Polamalu and Earl Thomas. Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed. I mean, Brian Dawkins and Earl Thomas were obviously talented guys, but when you look at who were the true playmakers, Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu are the ones that kind of stand out the most.
And they complement each other.
Yeah.
Because you got one that's the ultimate free safety, cover, deep threat, eliminator. And then you have the intimidator, the instinctive, the blitzer, the guy that can cover, but more than his ability to cover, which is probably the least of his abilities, is his instinct for football. There's very few people that have had that extra thing that everybody don't have. He had the ability to see, diagnose, and be at the point of attack or be where the ball was every single time.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not put that guy first?
And so you start to look at those and you're like, okay, those are some serious playmakers back there. I don't think you could go wrong with any of those that are in the starting. That's why they're on the all quarter century team. Justin Tucker is the kicker. There's no doubt about that. One of the best kickers in the history of the NFL, all-time leading scorer. I mean, he's just done everything and range on top of range on top of range. So Justin Tucker is the kicker. Punter is Shane Leckler from Texas A&M. I think he's in a Hall of Fame too. I think he could be a Hall of Famer. Deep snapper, Morgan Cox. Return specialist, Devin Hester. And special teamer, Matthew Slater. Matthew Slater, son of Jackie Slater, has done an unbelievable job of being that special team stalwart. He made every Pro Bowl. He's been all pro every single year because you have to believe in the position in which you are playing. And a lot of people don't take special teams seriously when you get that chance. You know who's really good on special teams? Chris Boyd. Chris Boyd used to play at the University of Texas, bounced around quite a bit. He has taken that special teams position and taken pride in it.
Is he a gunner or is he in the middle of the field?
He's both. He's both.
Wow. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Usually you put a bigger guy on the inside, and the gunners are the guys that can fly and have that.
Chris Boyd is a gunner, but Slater can do both.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Slater has done both. Chris Boyd now is with the Jets, but last year 2 years ago, he was with the Houston Texans, and this is a guy that I've always been fond of. He's not on this all-century team, so I apologize for going there. But what I'm saying is he's a guy that when you take special teams seriously, you find your niche in the NFL, and you can stay in the NFL for a long time. It's like being a backup quarterback.
Right.
You don't rock the boat. You go in there and do your job, and you can stick around for a long time. Look at Chase Daniels. Look at Colt McCoy. Look at some of these guys that have got an opportunity to stick around for quite some time. And the reason being is because they understand their role and what is asked of them. So out of all these, the only one that you would want to add is Michael Strahan to this number.
Well, who would be a middle linebacker?
Oh, it would be Ray Lewis and Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's been very consistent with his time in the NFL and continuing to be there. But Ray Lewis, Urlacher, and Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly is a guy whose career had to be cut short because of all the concussions, and now he's working in the front office and doing a great job doing that.
You know who would have been, but he retired from the league, and that's Willis that played for San Francisco.
Yep.
He was on track of being the next Ray Lewis. He had the same abilities, probably faster than Ray Lewis. And he just said, I don't want to have brain injury when I'm old. And he bowed out. And I respect the decision. He made a lot of money in his first 4 years.
Yeah, I think it's Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis,
Yeah, he's done a really good job. And now he's put himself in a position to work and be part of something huge because he was able to roll those 7 years in which he played into something that is amazing. And as you said, now he can spread the word throughout his time. This is a guy that went to Ole Miss and did a great job at Ole Miss, and then went to San Fran and was locked in all day, every day with the defense and that San Fran part of it. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and he's a College Football Hall of Famer. So
hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, when you do it like that, that means you did some things. So happy for them and continued success. But right now, we got, you know what time it is. The world's strongest man brings you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
An update on the service road of I-35 northbound, the 45 southeast toll. An overturned vehicle here now blocks off all lanes as first responders work to get this car uprighted. Also, a crash blocks off the left lane on 183 southbound at Highway 71, having you backed up from Airport Boulevard, causing a 20-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, it's JB and Sandy for our friends at Koala Cooling. Scott and Stacy, the same great people behind Kangaroo that I've been telling you about for a while. They are the same people that own Koala Cooling and Plumbing. They're great people to know, and they're really great to know if you've got AC problems.
When I do big decisions like this, I like to know the owners.
Yeah.
I've met Scott and Stacy, great people. You do not want to get caught with your pants down in Texas with a broken air conditioner. The way to prevent that, even if your AC is working fine right now, is to set up a service plan, have them come check it, and it may end up saving you a bunch of money. If you're unfortunately in the need of help right now, call them immediately to get you cooled off again, because it's only going to get worse in the next few months.
And don't forget about plumbing. If you've been putting off a repair for a leaky faucet or a clogged drain, Koala can help you out with that too. Contact them at koalacooling.com or call 512-759-8800. And Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
If you're in the market for a wood fence for your home or business, Viking Fence is the right choice for you. Viking Fence has been in business for over 50 years and takes pride in being the most reliable fence company in Central Texas. Viking Fence does gorgeous work, from simple privacy fences to custom projects. Their quality is unmatched. Viking is the only fence company with their own facility where they custom cut red cedar, the most durable and attractive of fence materials, and offer 3 grades of fence pickets, one for every budget. Compare their lumber against the big box stores. And there is no comparison on quality and price. So whether Viking installs your fence or you're doing it yourself, Viking Fence will ensure your satisfaction. Excellent work, great service, and an honest reputation. Call Viking Fence today at 837-6411 for a free estimate, or visit their wood fence galleries at vikingfence.com. When you think fence, think Viking.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
I love this song. I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy for your Monday, a high of 95. Could see a stray shower or storm tonight, a low of 73. Partly cloudy Tuesday, a high in the low 90s.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
You heard that beat drop, it can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, Nate Marchant, brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
All right.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What's up?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They're all on me. Guys, we don't talk about mixed martial arts very much. Probably at all. And I'm sure that there's a lot of fight fans out there that they're going to be happy with my take today. And I'm not an overzealous fight fan, MMA fan, but I have dibbled and dabbled and respect the game very much. It requires a lot of endurance, a lot of toughness, and mastery of more than just one singular art. John Jones came out and said that he was retiring. John Jones is the current champion. The league of UFC, which is owned by TKO, they wanted John Jones to fight Tom Aspinall, who is the guy waiting. But John Jones has put off fighting him like 3 times. And a lot of fans are like, listen, man, we want to see the fight. Like, fight him. John Jones is like, no, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. And now he retires. Now, Daniel Cormier, who has been world champion, unbelievable pro wrestling fan too, by the way, has fought John Jones and lost. And considers John Jones the greatest MMA fighter of all time. But he has some critical words because people are saying, is John Jones' resume ruined by not fighting Tom Aspinall? And that's my take today. My take is John Jones' legacy tainted? Daniel Cormier, I respect him in the sense that he was there. He knows better about that sport than I do. But there have been many fighters throughout history who realize, you know what, even iron wears out. Father Time is undefeated, and I'm at the end of the road. Me fighting this person is only going to tarnish my legacy. I believe that you should have respect for your legacy. And if you don't have it, give it up. And that's what happened. Now, Tom Aspinall is the UFC champion with John Jones' retirement. My take is no. His legacy is not tainted by not fighting the guy. What say you?
I agree with you. I don't think his legacy should be tainted by not fighting the guy. I think if anything about his legacy, it's all the off the mat or whatever you want to talk about, behind the scenes stuff that has kind of tainted his legacy.
Right, that would be the one.
The criminal stuff, the abuse, all that other
The
stuff.
drugs.
Yeah, that would be something that I would consider tainting the legacy of it. But as far as what he's actually done on the mat, there's undenying what he's been able to do. He was one of the most physical, most gifted athletes on the mat. Everybody knows that. And if you've ever watched him fight in UFC, you know he's a dangerous, dangerous man. He took on all comers in his prime. There were people that were avoiding him for a long time. So you look at what was happening with him, maybe those people's legacy should be
right, exactly. Because people change weight classes.
Yes, yes.
There were people that even our guy, Daniel Cormier, went from heavyweight to light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't say with your chest the way Daniel Cormier said that, yeah, I think his legacy is tainted. He's not fighting the guy. Look at Layla Ali.
Yep.
Prime example. She wouldn't fight Ann Wolfe.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't fight either now. But
I wouldn't either.
You know, like everybody was, man, Christy Martin, she's the best boxer of all time in the women's division. Ann Wolfe knocked her out so fast that it didn't even register on the Richter scale for women's boxing.
Right.
That's the same place where Daniel Cormier and John Jones are.
Right.
Like, you cannot criticize that man and tell the masses that his legacy is affected because he got old.
No, you can't do that. And I firmly believe, as I said, the only reason or the only way you can have anything bad to say about John Jones and the way he went about everything was everything that he did away from the mat.
But if anybody's to have an issue with John Jones, Daniel Cormier is the one to have that issue because the PED when they actually fought one of the times they fought.
That is the only reason why Daniel Cormier.
I think that's why
That's the only reason why
he just didn't want to say it's the drug.
Right.
So he's saying another reason
Absolutely
to say his legacy should be tarnished. Daniel, stop hating.
Yeah. He
hating.
Well, he has the right to hate.
Yeah. Well, if anybody does have something to say, it could be him. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. But again,
it's hard to knock somebody out when they all coked up.
Well, I mean, yeah, and those weren't even the real PEDs that he was on. Dude has some issues.
He
but
had a lot.
Other than that,
he had jet fuel in him
for sure, and he had jet fuel in the drag racing when he was driving fast. I mean, the dude was in trouble a lot. But when you got to be off to be in that type of environment every single time to get yourself ready to go. Yeah. It is unbelievable that people continue to have that. Just remember, Floyd Mayweather, he was somebody that a lot of people said didn't fight, didn't want to get in there and scrap. Dude can talk and he making a lot of money. That's what it's all about. He was a headliner. Exactly.
Everybody he got in there with was a champion until they got in there with him.
Facts. And there it is.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, like to get to the Floyd Mayweather conversation is a whole nother conversation altogether.
Yep.
Because he's the greatest champion of all time in any fighting art.
Exactly. Another great take by the world's strongest man. We'll close out the show, send you to Dan Patrick. We're going to hear from the champions once again, as there were some champions crowned over the weekend, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
For the fourth time in 5 years, the Texas Longhorns have won the Directors' Cup.
Texas wins the national championship. The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
From the courts to the field, Texas has dominated the nation.
Texas is going to the Final Four. The Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
1300 The Zone, the home of the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
An update on the service road of I-35 northbound, the 45 southeast toll. An overturned vehicle here now blocks off all lanes as first responders work to get this car uprighted. Also, a crash blocks off the left lane on 183 southbound at Highway 71, having you backed up from Airport Boulevard, causing a 20-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Now, stepping up to the plate is a household name, weighing in at roughly 115 pounds with a wingspan of 98 inches. It's Samsung.
Kid, I know it's baseball season, but this isn't what I meant when I said to incorporate sports into the company commercial.
Sorry, old man. I just want everyone to know that audiovisual consultations can make your home feel like a stadium.
That's true. Audiovisual provides stadium surround sound, huge screen video, controlled lighting, and even temperature control. On our roster, every customer is an MVP.
Sounds like audiovisual knows how to score a home run with our customers.
All right, kid, that's enough with the baseball puns.
But I'm trying to tell everyone that audiovisual is a real catch. You'll love our services.
Kid?
There's nothing coming out of left field when you give us a call. We won't break your balls.
Kid, we only have a minute.
Pitch, please. I don't need your attitude right now.
Rest assured, listeners, audiovisual is much better at installing and designing custom home theaters than we are at making jokes.
Just check our stats. Give us a call at 512-255-8678 or visit us online at avconsultations.com.
You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Friends, if you live in Austin, Cedar Park, Kyle, Pflugerville, Round Rock, and you're tired of paying too much for car insurance, pick up the phone and call Fred Loya Insurance today. Insurance rates are constantly changing, which is why you need to call Fred Loya Insurance right now for a new and updated quote. Call now. Save money. It's that easy. Call Fred Loya Insurance at 1-800-444-4040. That's 1-800-444-4040 or visit fredloya.com. Remember, if you don't call, you don't save.
At Hannah Chevrolet, we like to keep things simple. So the price we agree on is the exact price you pay. That means no bait and switches, no absurd additions, no mandatory dealer packages that are magically added at the finance table. At Hannah, this can save you $3,000 to $5,000. Just straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, incredible customer service, and a vehicle you're going to love. So come in and together let's drive at Hannah Chevrolet or Hannah.com.
Today doesn't have to suck. Break through your day-to-day boredom by downloading Call of Duty Mobile for free and enjoy fun gameplay featuring fan-favorite Call of Duty maps, modes, and operators, plus tons of new mobile content anywhere, anytime. Available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download for free now. Rated M.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. If you missed any part of the show, why did you? But we're here for you. All you got to do is get over to the podcast page or wherever you get your podcast, but make sure you spend all your time on the always free iHeartRadio app. It's new and improved. As we told you before, all you got to do is use that preset button. You can wake up with us, make it number one. And if you want to make it number two, all you got to do is make that podcast number two as well. Another great week or a great weekend, but we wanted to start off the week by letting you know about all the champions that are out there. As we talked about before, LSU is now the college baseball champion. They continue to roll on. What a great, great run for LSU. I got a chance to be a part of LSU early in the season as they were part of the Frisco Classic that I was at, and got a chance to call some games and see how this team really works. But one of the things that happened in there, as we played it earlier, the head coach of Coastal Carolina got ejected from the ball game. But
We didn't let you hear his explanation and how he felt after the game because we didn't want to take away from the championship. But I want you to hear the coach right now talk about his ejection.
There's 25,000 people there, and I vaguely hear a warning issued. As the head coach, I was an assistant for 24 years, and as an assistant, you're almost treated like a second level citizen, and you can't say a word. Now, as a head coach, I think it is your right to get an explanation of why we got warned. And I'm 48 years old. I shouldn't get shooed by another grown man, right? So when I come out to ask what the warning is, a grown man shooed me. So at that point, I can now hear him say, it was a warning issued for arguing balls and strikes. And at that point, I said, because you missed 3. At that point, ejected. If that warrants an ejection, I'm the first one to stand here like a man and apologize. 2 words that define our program are own it. And what does that mean is you have to own everything that you do without blame, without defending yourself, without excuses. If you guys watched the video, there was a guy that came in extremely aggressively, tripped over Campos's foot, embarrassed in front of 25,000, immediately goes 2-game suspension and said, bumping the umpire. Immediately does that. There was no bump. He was embarrassed. I shouldn't be held accountable for a grown man's athleticism.
That to me
was the best.
Yes, that's the mic dropper right there, because if you watch the video, the umpire goes feet overhead. He flipped on his own for having bad athleticism of another grown man.
Oh, my God.
But that coach, class act, handled it, took it, understood it. But the home plate umpire, rabbit ears, and was too quick and too sensitive to eject the coach in a national championship game in front of 25,000 in the first inning.
He should be reffing or being an umpire for middle school baseball for the rest of his life. There's no major league, no college league that should have him. High school should have him as an umpire because of his abuse for the power.
Yep.
And absolute power corrupts. And he had the power and he made his power felt. He made it about him.
He did.
So any league that knows this man as a quality umpire should reconsider.
Yeah,
and if I was all of the coaches, I'd be out getting a petition right now if I was him.
Well, I think they're going to make some adjustments and change some things on that, because there's no way that you should be able to suspend somebody for something that he did not do. The video evidence will prevail, and hopefully he will be a person that is able to move on and be able to coach his team next year, because even if they would have won that game, he would not have been able to coach today. He would not have been able to coach tonight in the championship game because of the suspension and the fact that the home plate umpire had rabbit ears. Now, we know you can't argue balls and strike, but if your voice isn't going out there, there's nothing that I can do to hear you. So for me to come out and ask the questions, I should have the right, especially everybody knows that the stakes are high at this particular moment. If you want to pull me and say, listen, man, can't come out here and argue balls and strikes, get back in there. Give him a warning. He never heard the warning. And that's the other part of it. You didn't walk over to him and said, that's your first warning. You just kind of gestured. You have to be able, in that moment, if you're the home plate umpire, you have to be able to take control of the situation. And again, what do we always say about umpires, referees? It's not about you. Let those guys play. yes, there's going to be some questionable situations. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be getting after you. But here's the deal. You have to know the situation going into the ball game. Tensions are high. They're going to be high. So this is a high-stake poker's match, man.
We passed that now. Now I'm at my anger.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like that guy should be allowed to umpire college baseball going forward.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be able to do that, but I do get your point. There should not be coaches should not be held accountable for something that a sensitive umpire or referee dealt with, and I do get it. I do get it.
Well, I just think it's horse hockey.
Well, you start looking at this too. This weekend, we talked about the NBA, OKC. We just talked about college baseball and the champion LSU Tigers. Let's talk about Keegan Bradley going home to be able to win a championship after being down. Tommy Fleetwood losing his mind, letting it go. But Keegan Bradley, the local kid, gets it done.
With one pot.
A Keegan comeback not to be believed.
Keegan Bradley comes from behind to beat Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood coming into it had a 2-shot lead, missed a couple putts, and Keegan Bradley sinks the putt to win the Travelers in his hometown of New England. And he's excited, as you can tell, for him to be able to win that championship. He is the captain of the Ryder Cup, and he also said that he wasn't going to be part of the Ryder Cup if he didn't feel he was playing well enough. Well, Mr. Bradley, you are now part of the story. I want to thank Mark Henry. I want to thank my guy Marcus for holding it down. And I want to thank you, the people, as always. And just remember this. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace. Summertime is officially here, y'all. Time for those road trips, lake days, and family adventures. And your neighbors at Covert Ford Hutto, well, they've got you covered. Take 16,000